Core 2, Section 5.1 and 5.3, Binomial Expansion. Finding coefficients and solving problems. Example 1. In the expansion 2 minus 2x to the power of 7, find the coefficient of x to the power of 4. Okay, so first let's remember the binomial expansion formulae that you can find in your formula book and make it relevant to this question. So it will start like this. Because it's all to the power of 7, our NCR would be 7, and then it would be 0, 1 and 2. The bottom number of your power, which I'll just highlight, so this number here always relates to this number here. So you can see that we have 7 and 1 b is the power of 1, 7 and 2 b is the power of 2. The a and b indices always have to add to 7. So you can see, for example, on this one, because I have 2 here, to add to 7 I need a 5 here. So I'm going to need x to the power of 4. So to find the coefficient of x to the power of 4, we need the part of the formula that gives you b to the power of 4, because your a is 3 and your b is minus 2. So I would need, in my NCR I would need 7 and 4. That gives me b to the power of 4, and so to make the indices add to 7 I'd need a to the power of 3. So we've already said that a is 3 and b is minus 2x. So let's substitute those in. 7c4 is 35, 3 cubed is 27, and minus 2x to the power of 4 is 16x. So when I multiply all this together, I get quite a large number, but it's 15,120 x to the power of 4. So the bit that we're actually concerned about on this question is this number here. So I want 15,120, and that's the coefficient of x to the power of 4. Example 2. The coefficient of x squared in the expansion of 2 minus ax all cubed is 294. Find a. Okay, so to find the coefficient of x squared, we need the part of the formula that gives you b squared. That's because a is 2 and your b is minus ax squared. So let's have a look at our formula. The whole thing's the power of 3, so I need a 3 here. I'm looking for b squared, so I have b squared here, which makes that 2. And then your a obviously is going to be to 1 because the indices have to add to 3. So we'd have 3c2, and then we'd have, substituting in a to the 1 gives us 2, and substituting in b is minus ax, then we'd have minus ax squared. 3c2 in your calculator should give you 3. Then we have 2, and then minus ax all squared is a squared x squared. So altogether it gives you 6a squared x squared. Okay, so in the question it tells you that that coefficient is equal to 294. So the ax squared part must be equal to 294. Let's divide both sides by 6. That gives me a squared is 49, and that gives me an a of being plus or minus 7. Example 3. Calculate 1 plus 3x multiplied by 1 minus 2x all to the power of 4. Okay, so we just need to deal with the second part first. So we just need to expand the 1 minus 2x all to the power of 4. So obviously this is the formula. I've missed out at the start 4 choose 0 and b to the 0 because they're both just 1. And the same on the other end. 4c4 and a to the 0 will both give you 1. So my a is 1 and my b is minus 2. So I can substitute all that in. And we've done that a few times now, so I won't read that out. Okay, so now your 4c1 is 4, your 4c2 is 6, your 4c3 is 4. Obviously 1 to the power of anything is all 1, so that's really easy. So I just have to make sure that my minus 2x becomes minus 2x, my minus 2x squared becomes 4x squared, my minus 2x all cubed becomes minus 8x cubed, and my minus 2x power of 4 becomes 16x to the 4. Okay, so that's where our last slide was up to. So let's expand this all out. So that gives me 1 minus 8x plus 24x minus 32x plus 16x to the 4. You'll notice that it goes minus plus minus plus, and I would expect that as your powers go even and odd on your minus 2x. Okay, so we've done that first bit, and that would be the kind of the majority of our marks on the question. Okay, so now that we have that answer, and we have what we can do now is we can solve the original question. So that will be 1 plus 3x, and multiply that by 1 minus 2x to the 4. So what we need to do is take the 1 plus 3x and multiply it by the answer that we've just got. So let's do that now. This bit's a little bit time consuming, and you have to be careful not to miss it. Okay, so let's expand this out. I've highlighted the 1 in green and the 3x in purple to hopefully help you follow what I'm about to do. So I need to multiply everything by the 1. So I just multiply this bit all in. My pen's going a little bit gappy, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing. So 1 times that whole bracket just gives me that bracket. And then I need to multiply all of those bits by the 3, which would give me that part there. So 3 times the 1 is 3x, 3x times minus 8x gives me minus 24x, and then so on. And you have a look through all the 5 parts. Because I'm multiplying the 2 parts in the first bracket by the 5 parts in the second bracket, that should give me 10 parts. That's a good checker. Okay, so I'm going to gather this together so it's easier for me to add up. So I'll put the x's together and the x squareds together and so on. And then all we need to do now is collect those terms. So minus 8x plus 3x gives me the minus 5x. The 2x squares are both 24 and minus 24, so they'll cancel. Then I've got minus 32 plus 72x cubed, which gives me the 40, and then plus 16x to 4 minus 96x to 4 gives me the minus 80, and then plus 48x to the 5. This is quite a long-winded question. There's lots of stages to it, so be careful to be really thorough in your calculations that you don't make a mistake along the way.